Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Dylan Talk Sports. My name is Dylan. In today's video, what I wanted to do is I want to talk about the New York Knicks releasing assistant coach Johnnie Bryant and the Cleveland Cavaliers finding a way to pick him up. We're going to be signing him. And for those of you who do not know, this coach was actually the assistant coach with the Utah Jazz back when Donovan Mitchell was with the Jazz. One of the big things with Johnnie Bryant is he is a great, and I mean great with a capital G, at developing point guards, and more importantly, point guards, shooting guards, guys like Donovan Mitchell. He was able to develop Jalen Brunson there at the New York Knicks. I seen somewhere online where he was actually worked with Damian Lillard in the past, so it's like he's got a lot of great superstars, like a rap sheet of great stars that he was working with. And now what is his next project he's possibly going to get? Darius Garland. Because coming into the Cavaliers, we already know he's going to be with Donovan Mitchell. They're going to be like best buds right there. But if he can go to Darius Garland and he can transform Garland, kind of like the way how he transformed Donovan Mitchell in the past and even Jalen Brunson, we could be in for a very interesting show for the Cavaliers fans. So what I want to kind of do is go through, like I said, talk about the news, talk about the stats of what Darius Garland could look like beforehand and now after, with Johnnie Bryant being a new assistant coach with the Cavaliers, and also, like I said, just kind of give my opinion on it. But before I go any further, as always, all information you're going to be seeing on screen, I'll have links to it all down in the description below, so if you want to go check it out for yourself, feel free. But I'm going to go and get straight into this. So if you're going to enjoy it, as always, make sure you're going to drop a like on this video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. But without further ado, let's get into it. Now, like I said in the intro, the Cavaliers, they actually interviewed Johnnie Bryant for being the head coaching job title. They interviewed him. He was a good candidate, but I think it was more of Kenny Atkinson, maybe was more of a leader and more of just like a head guy that they kind of wanted. So they went with Kenny Atkinson, but they're still going to be able to get Johnnie Bryant. So it's kind of like you're getting two head coaching candidates in one job. You get Kenny Atkinson to be your head coach, and now you're going to get Johnnie Bryant to come be an associate head coach. So still kind of like the assistant coach. So you're basically getting two guys that you really wanted at the same time. Like I said, as it says here, Bryant was on Utah staff dating back to his time as a player development assistant in 2012. Bryant was on the Utah Jazz staff until 2022 when Donovan Mitchell left, and also he left. Mitchell went to Cleveland. Bryant went to the New York Knicks in their pursuit of Mitchell, which is kind of funny looking back on it, because the New York Knicks, they were like, hey, let's go get Bryant, and then Donovan Mitchell will come to us to the Knicks. No, he said, fuck that. The Knicks decided not to do the trade. Still funny in my eyes, and the Cavaliers made the trade. Now, when you look at what Johnnie Bryant can bring to the Cavaliers, like I said, developing Darius Garland. When you look at some of the past guys that he's developed, right here, as you can see, we got Donovan Mitchell's career stats whenever he was in Louisville, kind of going through, looking at his stats for the season and kind of for what he did. 2016-2017 season, his last year, he was there. You can kind of look at that. But we're going to go for career stats. We're going to pull up his full stats for what he did. As you can see with his points, he was a pretty damn good scorer. He had 15 points, or about 16 points a game, or is what he kind of averaged for his 2016-2017 season, his last year at Louisville. He was able to get rebounds. He got assists. So he was like a very just like all-around type player. But now let's look at Donovan Mitchell once he got to the NBA. As you can see from his development with Johnnie Bryant, it's like just it goes up and up and up. His first year there, 20 points. His second year, 23 points. His fourth year there, 24 points. And then he went 26, 25. He was just on another level. Obviously, you could look at Donovan Mitchell's numbers and be like, well, he was a lot better in Cleveland. With Cleveland, he was asked by J.B. Baker's staff and the head coaching staff, or that coaching staff with the Cavaliers, Donovan, here's the ball. You just do whatever you got to do. And he was, more importantly, we were like, if you want to be a ball hog, be a ball hog. Go score and win games for us. But as you can see from Donovan Mitchell's number, it's like his rebounds went up a little bit every single year. He was getting assists. His three-point percentage kind of went up over the years. And the same thing kind of goes for Jalen Brunson. Now, people are going to be like, well, it was because he got away from Luka Doncic in Dallas. You could kind of argue that point. Because as you can see with Jalen Brunson, whenever he was with Luka Doncic that last year, whenever they went to the playoffs, they had a good run. He went 16 points. He kind of averaged that. His 3% was still up. He had rebounds. He had some assists. He could score. He was a great player. But something they did whenever he got to New York Knicks is they made him be the ball dominant, like, it's your ball, it's your job to go win the game. And that's something I think they did with in the past, like I've said, with a couple guys that Johnnie Bryant has been with. Damian Lillard, that he can score the ball. He's the ball dominant guy. He's the one that goes and gets the job done. And also they asked him to win the game in the very end, and he can do it. The second guy, like I said, Donovan Mitchell, ball dominant. Go just be a freak of nature. Go make plays and win the game. And like we can see here with Jalen Brunson, ball dominant. Go win the game. Go be a freak and go crazy. And they kind of did that whenever he got to New York. They said, you are the guy. You are going to be our guy. And they said, we're going to up your minutes. We're going to up your volume of play, what you're going to be doing for us. His assists are up. His rebounds are pretty much the same as what they've been before. But his points are out of there. I know it says he's only scoring about 28.7 points per game, 24 points per game. Sometimes it feels like he's scoring 50. Yeah, this makes it look better. Postseason, let's look at it. 32 points a game. This man was on another level. Now, the question is, can this work for Darius Garland? here's the thing with Darius Garland. You look at the way Garland's played. He's got better and better and better each year. 2021, 2022, that was like his peak season, his all-star season. He was great. He was awesome. He was the leader. He was the guy. Like, he basically was what Johnnie Bryant could possibly transform it into. And what Donovan Mitchell kind of was in Utah and what Jalen Brunson was in New York. It's your ball. Go get the job done. Go crazy. In the 2022-2023 season, he was asked kind of not really take a backstep role, but let's share the ball with Mitchell. Both of you can just go crazy. Both of you can go nuts at the same time. And it was like Mitchell was doing it, but Garland was falling behind. Like, he still was scoring. He was still getting production. He was still getting about the same amount of rebounds, even though that doesn't really matter for him. And he was still getting some high assist numbers. It's just it just didn't feel the same. And then this past season, I kind of want to give him a pass because he had the broken jaw. He was struggling a lot. But then again, I kind of look at it like the broken jaw was way back early in the season. When we got to the playoffs, you were still not the same. Now, when it comes to Darius Garland, like I said, he's not a clutch shooter. He's not Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard, the guys when the game's on the line, tied shot, 1 point down. There's a lot of times where he gets the opportunity and he just flunks it. I found this website here for Darius Garland, and I went ahead and we're gonna do regular season and playoffs, and we're gonna load it up, and basically it kind of like shows like what shots do they take. Is it a normal shot, a garbage time shot? And you'll see garbage time shot is for like if you have an impact is low to 0% chance of even winning the game. So like how many shots are you taking in that time of the game? Normal shot where it's like you have a chance, maybe you have a chance, they have a chance, whatever it may be. Clutch shot, this shot goes in, your chance of winning goes boom. Your chance of, if you miss this, your chance of winning goes kaboom down. And then clutch 2, as it says, your chance of winning was like literally 1%. If you make this, you gave your team life. Meaning there was 3 seconds to go, you were trailing by 3, and you are all the way down the court. You literally need to heave this sucker up, and you are gonna, if you make it, you get a tie and you go to overtime. You miss, you're done. And a lot of times, Garland's not the first option for us shooting that kind of shot. And as you can see here, a lot of the times, he's not our first option whenever it comes to a clutch shot. Most of the time, we're going to be like, it's 99% of the time, it's Donovan Mitchell. Sometimes we'll try to go down low to Evan Mobley. Sometimes we'll try to get Max Strus involved. But 10 times out of 10, we ain't going to Garland. And Garland has had opportunities where it's like, okay, you're the guy. You want to be the ball dominant guy. You don't want to work with Donovan Mitchell. Fine. Donovan Mitchell was hurt in the playoffs against the Boston Celtics. He played game 3, but then he was out game 4, game 5. What did you do, Darius Garland? Oh, that's right. As you can see right here, with the season on the line, when you were with Mitchell, you were struggling. 14, 14, 15 points. Okay, cool. You want to say you're struggling? Let's get Mitchell out of there. Let's see what you can do. 30 points. Cool. You did amazing. But what happened in the end of the game? You were down by, I want to say, 2 or 3. You were right there with like 2 minutes to go, and you choked. You had fucking LeBron James in the building. You had everything riding on the season right there. It was you win this game. We are 2-2. Maybe if you still lose game 5, Mitchell's going to take that game off. Maybe he can come back for game 6. You're back in Cleveland. And it's like all the momentum could get right back in your favor. And like I said, you flunked it. And then in game 5, where literally everything is going to depend on this game, you got 9 assists. Cool. But you only got 11 points. You're supposed to be expected to get about 30 points, especially with Mitchell not out there. If Mitchell's out there, 20, 25 points. If Mitchell's not out there, you got to pick up the production. 30, 35 points is expected. So like I said, whenever it comes to Johnnie Bryant, I think he can come in and he can help develop Darius Garland. He's got the rap sheet. He's got the development pass of, like I said, Damian Lillard, Jalen Brunson, and Donovan Mitchell. Can he do it with Darius Garland? I believe he can. I think it's all just going to come down to, is Darius Garland going to buy into Johnnie Bryant's system? And what I mean by that is what I've kind of said in the past. Darius Garland needs to be a little bit of what Steph Curry is with the shooting. He's good. Darius Garland is a good ass shooter. Can he shoot the 3 ball? I think he can. I think he's capable of it. Let's see him do it. And number 2, he's got to be more aggressive. He's going to have to go back in the offseason, do what he did last year, put on all that muscle. This time, hopefully, he doesn't break his fucking jaw. And then he can go out there and be aggressive, get down to the rack, go down, drive for some layups. And then hopefully maybe Johnnie or Bryant and Kenny Atkinson, can they come together and find a way to make Mitchell and Garland work together? Can they do that? Because if they can do that and they can get both those 2 boys shooting 25, 30 points a game, and then as well as the big men of, if Jared Allen can get 15, 20 points, Evan Mobley can do what we think he's possible doing with being a unicorn, scoring 20 to 30 points. This team is loaded. Like I said, it ultimately just comes down to, can Garland be a superstar? Not even a superstar. At least just be an all-star every single season. Because if he can do that, oh, Cleveland fans, book your spring, because playoffs are going to be fun. But other than that, I think I'm going to wrap it up there. Hopefully you guys did go and enjoy today's video. If you did enjoy it, as always, make sure you go and drop a like on today's video. Be very much appreciated if you do so. If you wanted to watch the entirety of today's video, thank you very much. And like I said, if you have a different opinion, do you agree, disagree with anything I said? If you're a Cavs fan, not a Cavs fan, do you think Johnnie Bryant is going to be a great addition to the Cavs organization? Do you think he's going to be a great coach for Darius Garland's development? What do you think about that? If you agree or disagree with anything I said, like I said, go ahead and leave your complete opinion down in the comment section down below. I've been more than welcome to talk about with you guys. If you're a fan of the content that I do post here and you want to hit that big red subscribe button, feel free to do so. And do not forget to hit that little notification bell to be notified so I get a post. But without further ado, this has been Dylan Talk Sports. Have a great day. Peace.